you can do everything right on the three-dimensional plane and still come up a cropper, as we call it in England, or come up a pauper. You know, the truth of the matter is you can do every action available to you to create the life that you want and have the life of your dreams. But if you do not work on the inner realm, and if you do not connect yourself to the divine and God, if you do not work on the energy systems within you, you're never going to be able to have the life that you truly desire. Because what is it you truly desire? That you want the thing you want because you think you're going to feel a certain way for having it. But you have access to these feelings already. So as you start to let go, you start to realize that your feelings can then transpire into joy, peace and harmony. You can start to manifest anything you desire. So once I stopped fighting and started just being and started connecting to God, that's when I started to receive. You can receive so much through God's grace, and you can receive much joy, but you have to understand also that you must remain humble, peaceful. Give it only to God. Trust that it never has to come from you, but we must start to work on what's happening inside of ourselves. So we must learn to surrender to this natural divine flow of life. Where is life trying to take you now? Where are you fighting against it? What are you trying to make happen? What are you trying to force to come to be? Everything you force is another thing that goes against you, my friends. I have to tell you, everything you're trying to force, think about it. In Eastern terminology, they call it wu wei, okay? The path of least resistance. In the biblical terms, we say, "Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven." Okay, so you go within first. You make first the kingdom of heaven, which lives inside of you. Seek that. Always go to the beauty of divinity. Always go to the divine consciousness that you have inside of you. So as you sit and become aware, and you start to live in your awareness, and you start to not let things trigger you, you start to not let things react, you stop fighting against it, you start believing in that divine truth that God wants to give to you. So when you start to look at things like surrender and stuff like that, and even when Michael Singer, who I do listen to, he talks about living as Christ. You see, Christ was a very high state, energetic person. He knew how to get into those states of being. He knew how to work with the energy in his body. He knew how to work with the energy of life. He was divine in nature. Now, it is possible for us to access stuff close to that if we start to just be at ease and stop fighting against everything. I said to you in a previous video how I got so sick last week, and because of the time when this video comes out, it'll be last week, and it's just like, wow, it humbled me to the point of it's like, what is it all about? I'm striving too much at the moment. I'm needing, I'm wanting, I must have, I must get. When you stop fighting, God can start to give to you, because God is the giver and the gift. Before ye ask, I shall answer. If you ask for bread, I shall not give you a stone. When were we ever told that we would not get the things that we desire in prayer? When were we told that our desires were wrong and evil, and we cannot ask for them? When were we actually told this? I want to tell you that we are truly told that we can create heaven on earth. And the kingdom of heaven is within you. So what we do is we create heaven within, and then the earth around us becomes heavenly. Because it's actually beautiful. Everything in this life, every second, even when I got sick, there's beauty in it, because I was down and out. I didn't even know if I was going to make it through the night. It was that bad. And you know what? I was healed. How wonderful is that? My body found a way. It wasn't pleasant, but it found a way. And it's like there's a beauty in the way that life fights for itself, man. And God wants to fight for you and give you everything. So you've got to stop fighting God by starting to just relax a little and start to breathe and start to see. It's like, does it really matter what my mother said 20 years ago? Does it really matter what my wife said to me this morning? Does it really matter? Like I had my van just redone, resprayed, and it's been scratched within a week. Does it really matter? It's so meaningless. Oh man, but things will become meaningful as you become tight in your body. But you have to remember, things are meaningless. The only thing that truly means anything is what you give it. So you stop giving things meaning. because you realise without God everything's meaningless. I just need to praise and claim and love and multiply. Everything is possible. You are going to go through trials and tribulations along the way, but they don't need to be painful, because they don't need to affect you. You see, you can read something in the newspaper. Is it yours to carry, or is it a moment in time? But you'll read, that's terrible, it's ruined my day, I can't believe it. Don't read the newspaper anymore. Why do you need to know? Why would you let anything ruin your day? I mean, it's like, oh, yeah, I just had a load of bills come out and then the van got scratched again. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's meaningless. So let it go within half a day, an hour even. What's truly meaningful? You know what was meaningful? I come back from being sick and my little son and daughter there, they're so happy to see me. I suppose my little son's like, Dad. Now that's meaningful, man. That's something. And so we got to find these moments in life that are simple joys, and you can create heaven on earth, and God will bless you more and more as you make that more and more the most important thing in your life. That's what I want you to know. That's what I want you to know, okay? Anyway, I'm just making a few videos this week because I'm away for a while. But listen, if you are looking to work with me, there is still a chance to work with me in August. So you can look at the link there. You can sign up directly to my 8-week program and start when I get back. I'd love to see you there. But look, they're just quick videos this week just to check in. But I'm taking some R&R time. Thank you so much for following me on this journey. I look forward to where it goes.